doing an Al Bundy real quick, and I wasn't sure what exactly was going on.
All right, your mics are good. You got 15 seconds. You're recording.
So it's automatically gonna. So I'm recording right now.
You're recording right now.
Okay.
Good shoot.
Folks, how you doing? It's your man Hubert Guy, and I'm back with the hit weekly show, The Actor's Cut, and I'm really, really honored and privileged to have the guest on my show tonight that I have. It is a hip-hop lover's dream, to be able to speak with someone like this, who I'm about to speak with tonight, who we're going to engage with, who's going to let you know the history of one of the most significant not only significant hip-hop bands or groups, but one of the most significant groups in musical history. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very honored, I'm very privileged to introduce my man, Popa Wu. Thank you for coming to the show.
What's going down, baby?
Man, when I heard I was gonna be able to have Popa Wu on my show, I was like, man, that's it. It's over, it's going down, because I am a big fan. Anybody that knows me, I'm a big fan of hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in my 40s. You know what I'm saying? I love hip hop. I used to write hip hop, perform hip hop, listen to all the old schools. I came up with OC and Pharoah Monch and NWA, Cube, man, everybody, all the old school artists, Rob Bass, Easy Rock, Just Ice, Freddie Fox, you know what I'm saying? Fab Five Freddy,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And you know what? I even had when I first moved up here to New York, I had a jingle on Dr. Dre and Ed Lover's morning show when they were on the morning show back in, what was that? That was like 2002, something like that. But anyway, man, I'm very privileged. I'm very honored. So please go ahead and introduce yourself to the people.
Peace, man. I'm Popa Wu, man, the truth analyzer, man, the executioner, man. Freedom of law, man. You know what I'm saying? Can't get it no better than that. You know what I'm saying?
Can't get it no better than that.
In person. This is live. This ain't memory. This is in person.
Right.
So don't let nobody imitate and say they Popa Wu. You know what I'm saying? There's only one Popa Wu, the truth analyzer.
Right. So for the hip hop heads, because it's gonna be a lot of younger people that watch this show.
Right.
So a lot of the younger generation, they probably really don't even know who Wu-Tang is or the background on Wu-Tang. Mm-hmm. So fill them in on exactly who the Wu-Tang Clan is and their genre of hip hop music when they came out and what they were all about.
All right, man, if you can take it back. It reminds me of, you remember the little Rascals? Spanky and the Gang and all that? That reminds me of them dudes, man. That was Spanky and the Gang, man. You know what I mean? But anyway, you know what I'm saying? From the slums of Shaolin, man, they came, right? All of us who came out of here, Park Hill, some of them came from Stapleton. Ghost of them came from Stapleton. But the whole mission was, RZA, when he was doing the music, and we all went out there to Staten Island. They said it was a better place to live. It's different because most of these guys came from out of Long Island. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Ghost, Raekwon used to live in East New York. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them lived in Long Island. We were strictly from Brownsville. You know what I'm saying? Me, RZA, Dirty, and all of us, we strictly Brownsville. So when we got out there out in the land, they had it out there called Park Hill. And that's where RZA came up with this idea, because Park Hill and Stapleton always had beef. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Ghost had beef on this side, and Ray and them had beef on this side, and we always end up to a little battles and stuff. And RZA and them, we lived on Tarji Street, and that was the middle. Only way you can get to each one, you had to cross this main street called Tarji Street. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And RZA was like the Pied Piper, you know what I'm saying? Every time the music's blasting, you can hear it. We down in the basement, the music blasting. They cannot walk across that Tarji Street without hearing this music.
Right.
So it always caught the attention of them. So before they can go battle, he caught them right there. Just as long as y'all come down here, y'all can record, you do what you want. Don't come here with that shit. Mm-hmm. So that was the mutual ground. You know what I'm saying? For everybody to come that wanted to do music. So they had to put them guns to the side, put everything to the side, if that's what they wanted. Because a lot of them had a lot of talent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And this is what they wanted anyway in their own little way.
Right.
So like I said, RZA's a Pied Piper. He's a genius, man. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? This story was in the back of his head for a long time, and he fulfilled it. It's just how when he was making his music, it's like every sound that he made, it fits one of them dudes, man. So somehow,
right.
it's like the impulse of the beat of their heart. He knows how to move them.
Right. It's,
You know what I'm saying?
it's like each one of them got rhyme of the month in the source
For real.
at some point in time.
And he sit back and he'd throw a beat on a sound and, yo, that's you, God. He could hear it in you, God's voice that's perfect for him. And the way they did it was, I liked the way it was out of respect. Like, RZA throw the beat up and they all just go in and they'll pick whoever song fits. Like, it wasn't no, or you go like this, man. Whatever song sound nice, that's what's going. You know what I'm saying? Well, ain't no arguments, because we was men about this at the end of the day, man. And it's just that he got a genius state of mind that he could take men like that. I mean, even the way they move, they dance, they motions, they feelings, he have a beat for them. Like, he moving them. Like,
Right.
and you see, when they part, come on, you got to see how his head snap. You got to watch the inside of this shit.
Right.
And he'll turn and he'll look. See, is he moving right? He doing, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the beat, it's the snap, everything, you know what I'm saying? That's you. When you hear it, you'll know who it is automatically. So that's how he designed his music. Like, you hear sound, come on, that's you, God. You know you God's coming out. You know Ghost is coming out. Is it that sound? Anybody who know Wu-Tang, you'll know individual who's coming out on the stage with the mic.
That's knowing exactly who you're working with.
That's right.
And they vibe, you know what I'm
They
saying?
vibe,
That's
yeah.
a close connection
And
vibe
that's
right
deep.
there.
And that's what he
Right.
had the mind of doing. Like I said, it was great. And, you know, how he did it, man, it was like fantastic, man. Like, he just got into the minds of these brothers where he was able to control them to a degree where either we're gonna do this or we're gonna do that, because man can't occupy and do two things at one time. So y'all can't keep doing that and do this. You're gonna do one thing at a time. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna focus on that, and that's it. And he caught their focus, you know what I'm saying?
Elevated them.
Yeah.
Man, elevated them lyrics.
Right.
So how did the concept of Wu-Tang come along? Like, how did all these guys get together? What is the relation? What is the relationship?
Like I said, the relationship is like some of us family, like me, Dirty, RZA, 60-Second Assassins from the Sons of Man, we all one family. You know, Ghost got babies by my cousin, so that made him part of that. And when we grew up in Park Hill, that was like a family thing, you know what I'm saying? So it's like Staten Island, it's like I don't know if you ever heard of a painting place. It's like everybody's trapped in this bubble, and you dare till you find your way out. So everybody basically has the same mental mentality, man, or, you know, basically the same way they lived or their thoughts is all basically the same. And that's what happened. That's how they all, and they vibe together. Like, you gotta remember, they all was teams at once. Like, U-God and Meth, they was partners at once. You know, still is. You know, that's their team. They argue and fight all the time, but you know,
that's how family brothers do.
right. So that they you know, when they was in the street where before this Wu-Tang, they had their little cliques and shit like that. You know, it's just that Stapleton and Park Hill never got along. So RZA seen that attitude. He take everything they do or whatever they was into and apply it into this vision that he see in his head. You know, he see this picture and he know how to move these pieces. You know what I'm saying? And the vision that he seen the clan. He knew the words that come out their mouth. You ever hear a sword swing? You hear to get that woo sound, like whoop, whoop. And that sound, that 7 tones is something else. That's a pitch that's deeper than anything. When you hear beyond that man's whole vocal cord, you know what I'm saying? You get to feel his vibrations. You know what I'm saying? That's like if you take salt and put it on a speaker and you turn the volume up, that's sort of taking mold to a shape. You know what I'm saying? So that's how he mold them. His music shaped and mold them. You know what I'm saying? Into whatever perfection that day is today. It's that music. Like I said, when it says a message of music, everybody heard they sound somewhere. And when you heard that sound, you knew you went in.
You knew what it was.
You knew
what it was. You knew it was time.
Yeah, it was time. So, and then they all collided like that. Like, all these pieces was like, it was scrambled. It's like, it was meant for them to be together, and he was the only one who could come and put these pieces together. Like, they was a big jigsaw puzzle to me. You know, this whole saga to me is still like got me like, you know what I'm saying?
Because we were just talking about, you know, nine young men. On how was that gonna work? You know what I'm saying?
And I still can. And for to be together, and where people try to blow it up and take it out and make it think it was us, like we was going at each other. That's something we would never do. We have a bond.
Right.
That's one thing I can say about Wu-Tang. We have a bond. We do not fight with each other. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? You very rarely you'll see us argue. So the media came with this thing to try to separate us and divide us by saying that we at each other. We ain't at each other, man. The same love we had for each other from day one, we have now. It's been 27 years. You know what I'm saying? 25 years we've been doing the music, but it's been 27 years we all been around each other, man. You know what I'm saying? For real, 27 years, that ain't just no fly-by-night stuff, man.
Well, you know, people is always gonna try.
No.
When they see something that's so strong and that has a bond so tight, they always
Right.
gonna try to find
break it up.
some loose link to
yeah.
try to tear it apart. You know what
And
I'm
I
saying?
prepared them for that. See, that's what made Wu-Tang so successful, because they couldn't get into their ear.
Right.
See, all they heard is my voice, because I got a strong voice.
Right.
And they didn't never want me to scream on them.
Right.
All they heard is me screaming at them. And they did what I told them to do. They never listened to these people. Like, yo, go ask Popa Wu. And then when somebody said something to him, Memphis said, yo, man, he just asked me to take his card, man. And he'll come tell me. And I go, yo, I told you don't say nothing to them. You know, so any problem they had, I did it right there before, you know, it even get out of hand, because that's what I was there for, to make sure nobody get in their head, make sure they stay Islam, and they do what we gotta do, and we're gonna go out here so our babies can eat and do the right thing. That's what the whole mission was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To feed the babies.
Excuse me.
The whole mission was to feed the children.
And that's what people try to do too. Like I said, when they see you successful,
Right.
and especially young black men successful, they're gonna try to get in any kind of way.
Right.
Yo.
Especially after you see the black men that take 5 major labels that fought against each other and make them work together. Come on, Capitol Records, Sony Records, Elektra, all them record labels, they had battles who could sell the most records.
Right.
Who could sell the most millions and millions of records. They don't want to work with them, but very rarely you see them work with each other.
Right.
Wu-Tang was signed, each member was signed to each one of them and made them. I used to be on tour and we flying at the airplane, and we got a rep from Def Jam. We got a rep from Sony, we got a rep from RCA, we got a rep from Elektra. Come on. And they all on the plane with me. When you don't get to see all these execs on one plane together, riding out to be with one group.
Right.
When they get to the show, you probably think they all got different groups around. They don't be they all come for the clan. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you call networking. And I think that's the whole idea they learned, to start networking on TV. I mean, on through the network now. They took all these ideas. You know what I'm saying? And then who else do what RZA did? He brought every master that they had back. He cashed in. Like, all the money I make, what I'm gonna do, I'm buying all my shit back and I'll be broke and then start all over again. That's what he did. He brought all his stuff back. RZA owned everything. Nobody owns none of his music, don't know none of his. He owned everything.
And that's the smartest thing to do. And the
The
RZA,
wisest too.
Man, the RZA is such a phenomenal mind,
Right.
as far as producing, as far as lyrically, as far as creating different concepts. Because like I was talking about, the Afro Samurai with Sam Jackson.
Right.
Man, that, if you've never seen this DVD, Afro Samurai, the RZA did the soundtrack, he
Score,
wrote the
everything, he did
score,
everything, yeah.
everything.
That's the score.
Oh my God, it is
Right.
ridiculous. It's a great animation show, like the Japanese animation show, and it is so in depth. And then they have the part 2, Afro Samurai Resurrection Part 2. Man,
But you know,
that
his
takes
whole,
a whole.
everything what he did, he does like, he inspires a lot of everybody in the clan, because mostly everybody in the clan do something.
Right.
We all got some type of message from him, like a key. Everybody do something.
Right.
It's like nobody just came around and nobody didn't do anything. Everybody's involved. Everybody's involved with something.
Got business
That's
smart.
why the key to our success, man, is that we stuck together, and mentally. Physically, you know what I'm saying, everybody got their own thing that they do, but mentally and mind, we didn't forget where we came from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We came in this shit together, and that's how it's gonna be.
And that's most important.
Yeah,
That's
so
most
everybody
important.
came forward. But we always was told ahead of time, watch out how they're gonna come. They're gonna come in deep in the night. And it happened, you know, they come and tell, yo, Meth, Popa Wu gonna ruin your career if he be around you because he too wild. Same thing they did to Jay-Z and Dame Dash. I've been seeing that coming. They did that same shit to me and Meth. I mean, I know what they were doing. They said they had to get me away from Meth. You know what I'm saying?
Because they
So
saw how
could-
much of a positive influence you were.
yeah, over all of them. You know what I'm saying? Next thing I know, I'm from going on everywhere, taking them out everywhere, to now I know my trips is getting shorter and shorter. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, one thing I understood, that's why I never was mad with my guys, man, because I knew what this game was about. Y'all go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like watch your New Edition, and they got rid of, what you call him?
Bobby.
Yeah. Not Bobby, the manager at first.
Oh yeah.
His name was my
The
man.
uncle,
Yeah,
that
the
was
uncle,
Ronnie's
yeah,
uncle.
yeah.
And then they found out that all along he was right.
This nigga was he was real out of everybody helping them.
Right.
Showing them how to do all these steps, coordinate them. He was spending his money. He did it. He didn't get paid either.
Right.
But it was his heart there.
Right.
They had to go back and get him
Right.
because they knew that the only way they're gonna be successful, he had to be there. And that's the same thing with Wu-Tang. Every time they turn around, when if you watch the last show we did just recently at Randall's Island, if you see them all, how when they do their part, they come over there and hug me. It's like that's what they used to. That's why Ray said, every time I turn my head, I'm looking to see Popa Wu on my shoulder, man. You know what I'm saying? And when I don't see that, you know, that's why you see some of our shows get dull.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm doing this and then I turn around, oh, Popa Wu ain't there. So time I turn around, I'm sad. Like, yo, Popa Wu supposed to be there.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right.
So, you know, this time that's why he said Randall's Island, he made me stand right in the middle of the stage. Like, you stand right here, and you could see the sequence of the mystery chess boxing. Because they all came and they come right to the father. They all came after they do their thing, they come right over and hug me if you watch it.
Because you're a mentor to all of these young men.
Yes.
You know
mentor them. I mean, when I mentor them, it's like not just the music. I really mentor them. Like, you know, I showed them life. They learned how to be men through me.
Right.
They didn't have no fathers.
Right.
None of them. And they was kids when they came around. You know what I'm saying? I'm 60-something years old, so you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put myself on blast like that, man. But, you know what I'm saying? OG for real, son. I've been
That's
around.
what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is.
You know, I've been around, man. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, even them, they all have this individual thing with me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I don't love none of them no different than I love none of them, but they all got their little special ways in me. I do have this special thing for Ray. I do have this special thing for Meth. You know what I'm saying? I do have this special thing for Deck. You know what I'm saying? For real. But, you know, I love them all the same. It's just that I got to spend the time with these brothers that nobody ever get to spend like that. You know what I'm saying? They used to be in my room all night. And then I wake up in the morning, they done took my shoes off, put blankets on me, and laying around like protected. And like you don't know what that make me felt like they protected me, like, you know, like if I was really their father, man, they looked up to me like that. And to me, I really was their father. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the only one furthered their education. I'm the only one took that knowledge and furthered it and gave it to them and show them how to live the right way, how to eat the right foods. So they won't lie and cheat and steal and none of that stuff. We did it the right way and we did it the righteous way. And it's all because of Popa Wu.
You know and it still shows.
That's right. That's
and
why Dirty say, tell them
Popa
Wu, show ain't Papa Smurf. You know what I mean? Yeah. I love him, man. That was my little brother, man. You know what I'm saying? It's real stories, man. You getting real stories, man.
Right. And I love it. I met ODB one time. I met him, and he was a real cool dude, real down to earth.
He's a sweetheart, man.
Oh, man, he was a real cool dude. And that was, man, I think I had first moved up here. I think that might have been, like, when did I move up here? Like 94 or something like that. 94, 95, right around that time.
That's the time we were just going on our promotion tours, man.
Yeah.
We was in Hollywood. 94, we spent a lot of time in California. You know, a lot of time. You know what I'm saying? Because we had RCA backing us. Because Steve Riskin, remember, that's how he got a chance to get Loud Record. When we first went up there, you know, they wouldn't even accept it. They look at it, they try to buy niggas off, want to buy niggas plates of food. I said, man, them niggas better not touch that food, man. Fuck that. Let them niggas give y'all some money, man. I'm fucking touch nothing. And they walked out, you know what I'm saying? They said, nah, we can't do it. And here comes Steve Riskin, Wu-Tang Clan, and he got a skateboard. He squirting the skateboard. He had a skateboard. He caught us. And he was made a deal like, yo, y'all ain't got to sign nothing. Just come in, let's do this. I'm going to get a budget. You know what I'm saying? And then his shit worked. Next one we do it like that, and that's how he ended up with Ray and Ghost. You know what I'm saying?
Ray and Ghost, one of the most prolific hip hop duos.
Because that man did his job. He went there. He got Wu-Tang through that door for real. He said, "Fuck it," and he started Loud Records in his basement.
And I know Wu-Tang has been around Loud. Oh
and
my God, that name brings back so.
Yeah, that was smart move he did because RCA wasn't signing us, so he said, I'm not gonna let these brothers go like that. So he left RCA, but went and got a budget. Saying that I got this group I wanted to bring out, but he ain't never told me it was Wu-Tang. And he went and started his label Loud Records, and he said if everything worked, they signed with him. But that's the first everybody any ever signed Wu-Tang was Loud.
And I think the first time
Loud got a chance to sign that.
Wow, Loud RCA. Because I remember the cassette tapes that came out.
Loud with the headphones. Yeah, you remember?
Because like I was telling you, I was like, that was when I was just getting out of the military. That was like 92, 93. And I was, you know, they had
what
music.
Part of the service you were in?
I was in the Air Force, United States Air Force.
Corps.
605X5, mobility specialist. You know what I'm saying? So I was watching Music Choice, and I was going through the videos, and I was like, Wu-Tang Clan. I was like, man, even the Asian dudes is getting in the hip hop game. And then I put it on there, and I was like, oh. Then they had to protect your neck, and then when Meth came out with with Method Man, that's what you know.
Your pain, all that.
Oh man.
And even when we went over to Japan, we went to a lot of them places over there, man. Like Yokohama, Japan, I mean Tokyo, you name. We've been over there, and it's like them people didn't understand no English, but they had a vibe that every song. You knew he was in that house, and they ain't know a goddamn thing we was talking about.
Music.
The music.
That is the music
made them,
bond.
and you couldn't tell them they wasn't singing. They was moving and singing, and they don't understand the fucking thing. And check it out. Then the Meth said, anybody here know anything? And somebody from the back hollered out, peace, God. I said, hold up. Meth said, come up here. Look.
Yo.
Oh shit, it was this girl. And she was born over here. Her father was in the service, and he married her. She was born there. And she never been out in the States or nothing. She was actually born there, went to school there, and she know how to speak English, and she know how to speak the Japanese. And she said, no, I was born here. My father was in the service. He was in the Navy, and he married my mom, and we just stayed there. He never went back. And that's what y'all see here. She had the prettiest complexion skin, and she was translating everything for us to the crowd. But she had ended up hanging out with us. But what got me, everybody in that crowd had dreadlocks and afros.
Wow. Afro-Asiatic.
Everybody had dreadlocks and afros. I ain't seen nobody with no stringy hair, straight hair, man. He did all the dudes. And you couldn't tell them they wasn't cool, man.
Right.
Come on. So that's how this culture goes, and how Wu-Tang took the influence of the minds of the children. And Wu-Tang was the key point factor of racism. Wu-Tang made everybody come together, and people can't say that. Because our crowd is mostly white people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Asian people, that's our crowd. A lot of black people. But when we came on the scene, it was all cool now for white people to hang out with black people. Because we was letting the white boys in the dressing room with us and hugging them just like they was cool with us. So it was cool. And now everybody started doing it. A lot of artists still don't do it. You find a lot of artists, they don't have a bunch of white boys in their dressing room. Go to Wu-Tang and go to the dressing room. It's full of white people and Asian people. You know what I'm saying? For real. And that's the difference.
That's part of the culture too. You know, that's love. That's you know, that's the hip hop love. That's the family. That's the bond that music does. You know, it brings, you know, no matter who you are, no matter where you're from, no matter what age you are, it brings all cultures, everybody together. Right. You know what I'm saying? Good music is good music.
It brought everybody together for a common cause, and that cause was the sound of Wu-Tang's music. When I watched everybody in the club, I mean, I seen it, 30,000, 40,000 people. Everybody bunched up, and when that Wu-Tang come on, I mean, it's like you couldn't even get through. I mean, everybody so tight, stuck together, and everybody stuck right there. That's power, brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And waiting to hear that message.
Yeah.
Waiting to hear you got the Jizza, Rizza, oh dirty bastard, Meth, Capadonna, Ghost, Ray, everybody, protect your neck. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's deep, and you know, I do a lot of the intros on it, like, you know, on they doing all the talking that you see on the thing, I do it. And one time we was on stage to show you how deep it is. The whole Wu-Tang Revolution, the song I done, the boy pulled up his shirt up and Cat was trying to get my attention. It's over 20,000 people. And he said, look, Popa Wu. And he had everything tattooed on his body. Word for word, I said.
Wow.
Man, that's love.
Yeah.
And Cat was telling me, look, he tattooed every word you said, word for word on his body. And that's how people love us. Anybody that's with us, they love. Just like, you know what I'm saying? It ain't just the clan. I mean, it's the whole.
This is a culture. You know, Wu-Tang Clan is a culture.
Right, it's a way
of
life
now.
now.
Because, you know, they have the clothing, they have the music, you know, the different products that they have.
And that W extends a long ways, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For real. People tattooed on their arm and got it, they can't take that off.
No.
That brand goes a long ways.
Yeah.
I mean, and we came a long way, and we deserve it.
Right.
Because what we put in.
Right.
I mean, we put so much in that what got out, we taught everybody how to work together. That's what we did. We brought a lot of love to this shit. I'm gonna tell you that. Because when we was doing it, ain't nobody was doing all that fighting, because they know Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. So we wasn't nothing to fuck with. Niggas wasn't fighting like that. All that shit came after us. All that going to shooting and all this crazy shit. That shit wasn't like that when we was there, because niggas had to run across us.
Right.
They knew what time it was. You wasn't escaping the wrath of Wu-Tang.
Y'all was deep. Deep.
When Ghost said we moved deep,
he wasn't lying.
I seen shit, we move at shows, and when we got there, this is no exaggeration, I seen 200 or 300 people. They come. We have our own tour bus, and we have cars that behind us following us. And we walked through some doors I know sometimes with 200 people. Motherfucker came and dressed. He said, "Yo, it's no exaggeration. Y'all rode. We had a clicker." He said, "Y'all rode here with damn near 200-300 fucking people, man. For real." He said, "It looks like it don't. When you got
Y'all didn't want no trouble. Nobody wanted any trouble with the Wu.
Killer bees start swarming. That's all you got to do. Get that sound in the club, and that's it. Something's gonna happen. So you don't even take it there. You know, you let a nigga holler out, "Soo," and that's it. They start swarming, son. For real.
That's real talk.
I seen what can happen behind that too. So,
Man.
yeah.
Oh man. I know being on tour with the Wu and you know, dealing with each of these individual brothers, you know.
Every day was something new. Every day was excitement. And then sometimes we had the tour bus with the studios on it. So we made music on the road. Really always thought ahead of time. You know what I'm saying? That's how we thought. Fuck that. We're on tour. We need a studio. So we had a studio bus. And someone was riding on the studio bus and recording while we going down the highway. So everything was like put in a order, you know, till now you see everybody changing. And now you're trying to find out where it comes from. We know the devil is in there. I don't know where it's at. He's in there. He got through some kind of way. Now it's all this little bickering starting, and you know, I don't like what you did here. Like, before we loved everything what each other did. There ain't nothing bother us. Now everybody got some kind of little issue or some type of little beef, man. You know, and that's what hurts me, man, with this shit.
Right, it always happens, but then you know when you're a solid family unit, you know what I'm saying, and you can be men and grow, because you know I have friends that we have had issues, but you know as grown men, you know we resolve them. You know what I'm saying? If you can resolve your issue and look past it and move on, man, that's the best. That's when you know that you really have a bond with someone. When you can go through adversity with them against one another and then come out on the other end with each other.
When they went, pardon me for cutting you off, it's like,
no, you good.
Before when they went through things, it's like Ray went through it and he would come and he'd bring the person in the room and they would ask me like, man, right, Popa Wu, because it happened like this and so, and I told him such and such, and I look at both. I said, did we solve it? Yeah, we good, because I got to hear both of them, like that's what it is. Like, they literally came to me, like when they had little things like, yo, is that right, that he did that? You know, and let me make decisions. Yeah, you was wrong for doing that, and you shouldn't have did that like that, and you was wrong for coming at him like that. Like, it's always, it had to be balanced. That's why you hear Deck always say, when Popa Wu come, he come like corral the kids, like you had to corral them down, and I always had and set things straight. Right. You understand? I always did. He said, but when I came, everything got solved. It's like we never walked away with no bigger understanding. Was always understood after I left a cipher.
I mean, you knew and you understood them.
Because I knew them. The same child I was that made me the man I am today, I seen that same kid in them. And we all was children of the Most High in a sense that we all had the same background, and our DNA is the same thing for us to click like that. Anyway, it's like we had to come from the same blood somewhere. We all see the same exact thing. We as these children that didn't have nothing and took nothing and made everything out of it. So we all came like that, because all of us, if you look at the history of all our family, none of us had nothing. Right. And we took nothing. Right. And created a whole fucking brand, a whole fucking universe. Right. That's still a major conglomerate right now. That's right. And will continue to progress and go on. That's why I tell Riz, I can't wait. You talking about buying land and all that. I can't wait till one day you told me you purchased some Luna. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, listen, stay tuned. We coming up with part 2 of the Popa Wu interview here on the Actors Cut. As you can see, man, it's going down. This is real talk. This is how it is. Straight Wu life from the man himself, Popa Wu. So stay tuned for part 2 coming up next.
Yeah. So what do you have to do to set that? Oh man, this is going wonderful. I need to get me a little. Oh, you didn't switch yours and put the colors on one.
Yeah.